Welcome to English Excellence with Chaya. Today we are going to focus on 5 words which tend to confuse many people. Though, even though, although, despite, and in spite of. All of them are used to show contrast, but yes, there's a catch. They are used slightly differently. By the end of this lesson, you will have ample clarity how to use each one of them and also the application very effectively. So looking forward to you sitting through this entire lesson and understanding the nuances and differences in usage. Let's get straight into this. At English Excellence with Chaya, we make learning English easy and fun. I've often noticed that even the most conversant people in English, people who actually have proficiency in the language, yet they go ahead and make mistakes in use of these 5 words. Though, although, even though, despite, and in spite of. Let's get clarity on the usage, the meaning, the definitions, and ample examples to understand the difference in usage. Let's get into this lesson. First, let's address the elephant in the room. Though, although, even though. Even before I could possibly tell you what are their subtle differences, I believe you do realize that they are interchangeably usable. But as I mentioned, there are subtle differences. So let's look at what are those differences. These 3 words are used as conjunctions. Conjunctions, as we know, play the role of joining words. They basically join 2 concepts or 2 sentences which can otherwise be independently expressed. But when we join them together with a conjunction, they absolutely make more sense and they are more effective tools of communication. Let's take the broader definitions now of these words. While I just mentioned that though, even though, and although are to indicate contrast, let's see what's the difference between them. Though is for casual contrast, or when you're trying to express something which has a surprising outcome. You never expected that outcome. So it's for contrast. But though is for casual contrast. Let's look at although. Although is a more formal word to use, while that too indicates contrast, but in formal usage, as against though, although is a more preferred choice of word. And the third one which we are left with is even though. Even though is a strong contrast, basically something which is actually surprising or difficult to believe, but that's the contrast element that it brings out. It's a strong contrast. So though is a casual, simple contrast, although a formal word for contrast, even though is a strong contrast, an outcome which is unexpected and slightly strong in its difference. Let's take each one of these with examples to understand how they justify these broader definitions. First up, though. Though it was raining, we still went out for a walk. Do you see the contrast here? While it rains, nobody really expects you to go out for a walk. But you did go. So to bring out this contrast, though was an effective choice of conjunction which connected the 2 sentences. Here, this is a simple contrast. If I want to give a slightly formal spin to this, I can simply switch the word though or the conjunction though with although. Although it was raining, we still went out for a walk. So, you just gave it a formal spin. Even though it was pouring, we still went out for a walk. Here the difference is it's a strong contrast. Nobody really expects you to go out for a walk, definitely when it is pouring it seems like impossible to do. So it's a surprising contrast or something which is a strong contrast. Even though it was pouring, we still went out for a walk. Okay, so pouring here is a higher intensity of raining, and that's when I decided to use the word even though instead of though or although. Let's take another example to understand strong contrast or surprising outcome or surprising contrast or the use of the conjunction even though. Even though it was a major accident, yet everyone survived. Now, whenever it's a major accident, there can be some casualties or someone who's severely injured, but such a surprising and in this case, quite a relief that everyone survived, okay? But you do tend to indicate the contrast to indicate the intensity of the or the gravity of the situation, okay? So even though it was a major accident, yet everyone survived. Let's now look at the next segment. Words which bring out contrast, but they are slightly different or nuanced in their usage. In spite of or despite. In spite of or despite again bring out contrast, but they are prepositions. They are not conjunctions. So essentially they don't really, join sentences. Rather, the thumb rule around this is that either in spite of or despite, both of them will be followed by a noun or they will be followed by the ing form of the verb, which means I can't say despite it was raining. I could have said though it was raining, although it was raining, even though it was raining. We all looked at examples before, but I can't really say despite it was raining or in spite of it was raining. Completely wrong. So the thumb rule, let's follow it and apply it here. I can say a noun or the ing form of a verb. So if I'm looking at a noun in this instance, I could say, in spite of the rain or despite the rain, I still went for a walk. Okay? So in spite of the rain means I'm talking about a noun which follows in spite of. And despite the rain or despite the heavy rain, again I'm using the noun form of the word rain. Here, let me give you an example of a situation where in spite of or despite is followed by the ing form of the verb. That's the other accepted format which we can apply. For example, in spite of being tired, I decided to work through the night. Despite being tired, I decided to work through the night. The same thing if I want to say, with though, even though, and although, okay, I will end up saying, though I was tired, I worked through the night. Even though I was tired, I worked through the night. Although I was tired, I worked through the night. So in the case of in spite of and despite, the difference was the ing form of the verb. Okay? In spite of being tired, I worked through the night. Despite of being tired, I worked through the night. Do you see the difference loud and clear? Even though they all mean the same. Though, even though, although, though is a simple contrast, although is a formal contrast, even though is a strong contrast. All three of them used before full sentences as they are conjunctions. In spite of, despite are prepositions used before nouns or used before ing form of the verb. So if I'm saying a sentence, okay, try and fill in the blank with one of these based on the rule I just recapped. For instance, if the sentence is, I didn't go to work, dash being tired. Here, I can't say though, even though, although. Though being tired, although being tired, or even though being tired, wrong, because a full sentence did not follow this. So it's not acting as a joining word here. So whenever there is ing, being tired, I could end up saying, in spite of being tired, despite being tired. So one of these two fit the bill here. So listen to the rule, remember the rule, and apply. Let's take one more sentence as an example, which re-emphasizes the rule we just recapped. He cleared his exams, not studying much. Again, not studying, the ing form of the verb, immediately follows the blank, which means it's not a conjunction which is needed here. You'll end up using the prepositions despite not studying much or in spite of not studying much. Do you get the drift now? This is the way the concept flows. If you see the ing form or if you see the noun form, in spite of or despite should occur to you. And if you see a full sentence, end up using though, even though, or although. There are steps to mastering any concept. The first step is learning. The second step is absorbing, repeating. And the third step is the application. Before you apply it in the real world, I'd be happy to look at your sentences in the comment section. Go ahead, whatever you picked up in this lesson today, apply it in the comment sections by trying out sentences. I would be glad to review them and give you my feedback. If you loved what you watched in this lesson, spread the word. I know so many out there who end up, goofing up the usage of these 5 words. I'd be happy to look at, how you're finally applying this after watching this lesson. So spread the word, and yes, do subscribe to our channel for more such exciting grammar lessons and plethora of inputs in communication. Happy learning at English Excellence with Chaya.